Kind of like our paths, though. We have 3 easy pool fights into a campfire, elite, campfire, elite, campfire situation. So only 2 elites this act. We can kind of see what we get for this common relic. Or we could go for the boss relic swap, which I love. Maybe that's where we went wrong in the first run of the evening. We didn't do a boss relic swap on the silent. Ooh, that's rough. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't think that changes our path, but a fusion hammer. Huh. So on 4 energy, if we get really good potion luck, maybe we can go this path. I think it's pretty unlikely, but I would almost prefer to bleed some HP through these elite fights since we can only really rest at campfires right now. There you go. Just need to find that bottled apotheosis. And we're golden. I think I've had that before. With a fusion hammer. It's ringing a bell anyway. Ancient potion into a footwork? Sure. Curse with Doubt is basically a never. I don't really even need to see if there are any shops around, and this is going very, very quick. Easy choices for me. We did not get great luck with our potions. We did pick up a potion in the Ancient Potion, which could have some use for us on the Gremlin Knob fight. Lachetti's feels really awkward. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want it. But we might have to take it here. We haven't found any extra sources of card draw, but we will be interested in getting them on 4 energies. So maybe this scales. Maybe not. Okay. So we do have a chance to go to a shop here, which seems pretty good. I don't think we ever take this Flaming Elite. And frankly, even this elite is really scary. Sentries. Okay. So we're basically killing sentries with strikes and defense at this point, but we did get the footwork in play, which is nice. What temp do I keep my AC on at the summer? So we've been fluctuating a bit. And I used to... So we don't leave it on all day long, which is probably the main thing. We don't have like central air or anything like that. So usually when we're home, we'll keep it around 70 or so. But I put them on timers, so like I'll get the environment feeling like pretty comfortable, and then from there turn them off. So I'll let them run for like an hour. It gets to be expensive. Ooh, next turn's nice. What temp do you keep your AC on? Oh. This is 9 plus... Okay. An old coin and a flex potion into a skewer? Yes. With that old coin, we are for sure going to this shop. Very regionally dependent. It might. Oh, the shop's crazy. So we want this. Crippling Cloud not plus is kind of sad, though. Love a potion belt. Don't love this. Do love a card remove. We could also do a Sling of Courage, considering where we're at right now. I'm only going through one more elite, though. I tried anyway. Just to keep it at 78. Holy cow. That's very warm. Wow. 76? Yeah, I guess I'm the outlier here. I thought I was like, I don't know. I said it earlier, but I'm kind of a cold weather baby. Like, I like my cool temperatures. It needs it. But yeah, like I said, we don't leave them running all day long, so that kind of throws a wrench in the analysis. Got him. It's at a war paint. Calculated gamble. Trying to upgrade here. Basically just Crippling Cloud, please. Yeah, I had an instructor once that lived in Georgia for a long time. He was pretty adamant about, well, I'll just say that he talked at length about the struggles of living in a warm climate. Yeah, free Caltrops, bless. Gotta be South Dakota, right? My neighbors. (24C) is 75 Fahrenheit. Yeah, I feel like this question is so regionally dependent because I could probably handle 75 if it wasn't ridiculously humid. But if it's super humid, I don't want anything to do with that. And it always is here. Hello? See if we can not take 18 damage for the rest of this fight. Oops. Missed a strike. And that kind of matters. Dang. 14, 28, 31. Fine. Take 5, take less than 5. Depends on if your wife is controlling the thermostat. No, my girlfriend sets the temperature. I don't really say much about it. We both just kind of agree. I was really picky about the temperature in the winter though, because it got so expensive. That's about it. Did we even beat the slime boss right now? This is really awkward. Maybe we do with Flex Potion, Blessing of the Forge. That's why we picked up Potion Belt. Got Skewer, Fletchettis. It's a dagger throw. No. We have this really nice blue hue to all of our colors. Look, they have this beautiful blue border. If we pick up one of these, well, we could pick this one up. Yeah. Ruin the aesthetic. It's a really good hand for Blessing of the Forge. Yes. So we want to go to the next phase with a Flex Potion Skewer, most likely. I don't know if we get there, but we can try. This does 12 damage. You go to 86. That's fine. Or do we do this? It's fine. They should also have hats. Let me see if I still have anything. Oh, I do. Hold on, give me a second. Silent. Uh-oh, back one's gone already. Get rid of that one. I had this channel points reward idea from forever ago, where I was gonna let people change the hat that the character was wearing. So I was originally gonna put those hats on whatever character I was playing. And you could change which hat they were wearing based on whoever claimed the channel points reward. Oh, this one says plus. Ooh. You love the hats? I could still bring the idea back. It's not gone and forgotten. It's been a long time. Bring the lightsaber back. The few people who showed up for Friday Night Slay seem to remember it well. That's what I'll say about that. It was a good time. Did you guys see the huge list of people I got hit with DMCA takedowns recently, though? That's like, it's a huge reason not to do that again. Unfortunately. We are already on 4 energy, so like all of these are really good. I have a hard time passing on Runic Pyramid or the Silent. It's a DMCA, it's like the Digital Millennial Copyright Act or something like that, which is a way that websites are, it's complicated. They're like not held responsible for content uploaders for playing or uploading copyrighted stuff, but if they get a notice that, you know, this individual has been playing copyrighted stuff, they have to take it down and issue copyright strikes and stuff like that. So a bunch of streamers have been kind of living in the, oh, they're just not enforcing that rule land. And finally, they came out and gave a bunch of copyright strikes to people for playing copyrighted music on their streams, which you're certainly not supposed to do. Okay, we'll start down here. Maybe an early shop. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I don't really like Really want the early shop, but it's there. Sounds like a buzzkill. It kind of was. Kind of, in a sense. I think we have a kill, yeah? And this is 14? Okay. Almost. This card says plus on it. That's huge value for us right now, but we have Runic Pyramid, so we don't need that. Cheap card remove versus going to a shop and removing a strike. We'll take the cheap one and just dodge the strike, or the shop rather. Yeah, it's a pretty big issue. One of my YouTube videos got hit with a copyright strike, and it was copyright claim or whatever they refer to them as. It was really annoying. There was one Slay the Spire stream where I played the FTL soundtrack, and the FTL soundtrack caused some like automated flag to go up, and I got a strike on my account for playing the FTL soundtrack. I was a little salty about it at the time, but I've gotten over it. Take one. Take one here. Okay. Hey, have a great night, Tabisco, and thanks again for the subbies earlier. Catalyst not plus while we only have a Poison Stab and Crippling Cloud? Sure. Oh. Noxious Fumes plus? Our boss is Champ, by the way. For sure take the Noxious Fumes plus. Curse with Rye. Our only way to get it out of our hand is with Survivor, and we lost our Ring of the Snake, so I'm going to say no. Ouch. They often say the best way to guarantee the the Runic Pyramid drop is to pull Well-Laid Plans Plus sometime in Act 1. That'll pretty much do it. Okay. Pick up a Blessing of the Forge and a Backflip plus. Sure, it says plus. That's awkward. We have Noxious Fumes plus in play and a Catalyst in hand. And full potions. Hey, Sherry. So Slay the Spire is a deck-building roguelite game where you traverse through 3 different acts. We're currently in the 2nd act, about halfway through. You can see the map here. And the idea is that you start with a base set of cards, strikes and defends, generally speaking. And through the course of going through these different paths that you choose, you can add different cards to the deck and try to ultimately get through the boss at the end to go to the next act. Pretty simple. There's different nodes on the map, including these like mystery rooms, the unknown rooms, as well as normal combats and elite combats on your way to the boss. Beyond the cards, you're also collecting relics as you go, so these relics all have unique properties, and you collect these relics from killing a boss or killing these elites. So there's a lot of risk-reward assessment when you're choosing your paths and things like that. It's really fun. There's 4 classes, and they all play very, very differently, and certainly you'll find a favorite among those if you decide to give Slay the Spire a shot. I, with absolute bias, completely recommend. I've put in many, many hours and not regretted any of them. Well, maybe a few. But that's my own fault. It's kind of amazing whenever you play with like Wraithform plus Orichalcum, these turns become like so much easier. For this, for sure this. This. Okay. You're welcome. Sorry it wasn't a bit more in-depth. Frankly, the game is, like, it's really complex. It's not too difficult to get up and start playing, but, you know, it has a very large skill ceiling through these Ascension modes. So we're playing on Ascension 20, which is the most difficult mode, and you can see this long list of modifiers that changes the course of the game. And then, ultimately, what we're doing is we're trying to unlock the 4th act, which is kind of a hidden act, that allows you to go for the toughest boss in the game. So we're playing on the toughest mode with all the difficult modifiers, and we're also trying to go for this really difficult boss. So certainly nothing is guaranteed, and we'll be lucky to get through. Tornado. Bottled Noxious is okay, right? It's not great. So that was an elite combat. This is with the relic that dropped. So it says upon pickup, choose a power card. Start each combat with this card in your hand. So we're looking at our power cards, so cards that say power on them, and deciding if we always want one of those in our opening hand. Oh yeah, the Slay the Spire interface. Like, there's a YouTube video where they sit down with the creators of the game and talk about the kind of intricacies of the Slay the Spire UI, and it's really interesting to hear their perspective on the choices they made to make that a reality. Like, they almost created a pretty terrible UI, from what I remember. I watched the video a long time ago. Ruh-roh. Make sure that guy dies, so we don't potentially don't get attacked next turn. Oh, Gathis, thanks so much for continuing the gift subby from my good friend El Campino some time ago. That's fine. bit where they talk about indie game devs going silent. Yeah. That's... I don't know if it's fair to call it a criticism, but that's been one of my more... Well... It's been disappointing to see how quiet they've gotten recently. But only because they were so good for so long that we kind of got spoiled with such good devs. Constantly in communication with the community. It was really cool. But yeah, they got quiet. Maybe they're up to something. They'll drop the big patch someday and everyone's minds will just be blown. It's the big one. Oh, I had lethal. Oh well. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Characters 5 through 8. Yes. Couldn't let him get away. He's a baddie. Snack O Skull. OMG. Whenever you apply poison, apply an additional 1 poison. Sorry, that was my battle.net if you heard the boop boop. Not to confuse anyone. I'm not used to people messaging me. The craziest thing. Oh. Oh well. Ooh, the bottled noxious fumes plus with Snecko Skull. I mean, cards that say plus are already my weakness, and then we're in this situation. Oh. I don't really know why I did that. You're not being healed, right? Oh, you are. Not punished? Not punished. Imagine if you could upgrade relics. That's one of my long-standing suggestions for the game, is basically make it like Gungeon, to where if you get multiples or certain types of relics together, they match up and create a bigger, better relic. Like, imagine if all the little boat relics came together and on turn 1, 2, and 3, they gave, I mean, really minuscule amounts, like maybe 1 or 2 extra block. You know, nothing game-breaking, but oh my goodness. But cool nonetheless. Sure. We've wasted so many campfires. Supposed to fletchettis this turn? Turn 4, you get 20 block. See, I just feel like there's some room there for some cool things to happen. I don't know what the perfect answer is, but... Ooh, order? Yes, but also no. But Mercury Hourglass, chance to a 3rd copy of Piercing Whale. Okay, eventually, yes, but give me a minute. We need to add some more cards. Nice HP. I plan to keep it that way too. Take +4 next turn, so you go to 15 plus 11, 4. Short 1 if I do that. No, Mercury Hourglass, so this is a kill. Maybe we just do this next turn. We'll see. Okay. Oh. Go. Well-laid plans plus chance at a concentrate, though. I don't think we've had issues with hand size, though. We're on 4 energy runic pyramid, not 3. Stacking with concentrate. Maybe if we had an ice cream, we could go for like a crazy skewer kill on champ, but just don't. Go ahead and recall now, because why not? I don't think the extra HP will do too much for us on the champ fight. So I hope not. Okay, we pretty much got the kill condition online. We just have to hang out for a while. Try to keep dumping our hand size so we can keep drawing 5. Oh, I don't mind. I don't mind seeing the well-laid plans plus, because sometime in the future, we'll wish we had it. Axel, what are you giving me the Z's for, man? Gonna drop in my chat. Give me some Z's after not even like sending any pictures of your puppy in the last week or 2. Oops. Okay, so we don't want to do anything this turn. Doesn't quite bring you to 220, right? Wait, let me remap that real quick. 258 minus 35, 223. So we're perfect. We could do 2 damage. Like this. All right, 100 and some damage over a few turns. It's approximate math, of course. I mean, the fight's pretty much over. We're just waiting as long as we can before popping Wraith form, which is honestly unnecessary at this point. Get me out of here. Ugh. Chance at a liquid bronze and a burst? Get in here. Would I pick up an Envenom if it was offered? I really hate Envenom, but I guess we have flechettes. I know how to pronounce this word. I meme. It's flechettes and skewer. So we do have ways to apply it, and the Snecko Skull. I mean, if there was ever a time, like Runic Pyramid, flechettes, Snecko Skull. If there was ever a time, it would be now. The only other thing that I'd love to see is like a mummified hand, so it doesn't feel like a waste of 1 energy. But it would be a way for us to scale up poison against later enemies. So yeah, and we passed on the 3rd copy of Piercing Whale. Dude, it's all free. All free. Ooh. Okay. So chance at a Slaver's Collar, a Wrist Blade, or an Astro Babe to remove our last 3 strikes, which I love. And it upgrades them into cards that are certainly better than what we have now. For sure. Always. Probably. I don't really care about the 5 energy. It would be okay sometimes with Skewer, but I think we've done just fine with 4. Boop, boop, boop. Ooh, it's bad. Okay. Got a 2nd copy of Caltrops, a Tactician, and a Glass Knife. Really late into the game. Interesting. Strikes 3 and Venoms. Oof. A dream almost realized. Alright, our Empowered Elite is along the left-hand side. Got an early and a late shop if we want them. I think we'll go 3 combats into the Flaming Elite. I will take this shop. Oh yeah, we got this Sling of Courage earlier too. Okay. Like, I don't even know what's better here. Poison Stab or Caltrops. I feel like Poison Stab is just better. It's stacks the poison. We've got Snecko Skull. There's like 3 fights where you really want, maybe 4 fights where you really want a Caltrops. Like Hexaghost, Guardian, the Birds, and the Heart Fight. Outside of that, I think you can keep it. Hey, Katso. First boss is the Fun Eater. That's too bad. We'll skip that then. Ouch. Okay. I don't know if we kill this guy this turn. Oh, we do. Never mind. Good old Tactician being a curse almost all the time. Deadly Poison plus. Love cards that say plus. It's a Dolly's Mirror. Interesting. And there's that Orichalcum I was talking about earlier, too, for our Wraith form. This is going to be a tricky shop. We have a lot of things we want to do. So, Dolly's Mirror allows us to duplicate a card. Could be a Catalyst. Could be a Wraith form and just never die. And then with that, we could do the Orichalcum, so we're always blocking without having to actually need block when it's all gone from Spook Ghost form. That's one way we could go. Another direction is to take a Panic button, though we can't get it upgraded. It does allow us to basically have a free turn. I like to think of Panic button plus as almost a turn of intangibility most of the time. So if we couple that with our Wraith form, so Panic button and then Wraith form next turn, kind of have 4 turns of intangibility. Kind of. Sometimes. Also thinking if this Tactician is so bad that I want to remove it. No, we would probably remove... I don't know. Neutralize is pretty bad at this point. It is free. The real issue with Dolly's Mirror on Wraith form is that it's going to sit around in your hand for a really long time. 400 gold is 2 copies of Master Strategy. Lives up to the name. I respect it. The Orichalcum is kind of giving me troubles. I don't really know what to do there. Feels bad a lot of the time. I don't know if it's worth 160 gold is kind of the issue. Need an acrobatics? I agree. I think we always do the Dolly's Mirror. And I'm somewhere between Wraith Form and the Catalyst. I really like having a second copy of Wraith Form Plus. Sometimes the best way to kill things is just to not die. And that helps that. We can let them break themselves upon our spooky ghost form with our 2 caltrops. I think that sounds like a strategy. Is it a good one? Of course not, but it is a strategy. And I also feel like something here has outlived its welcome. I can see a world where Tactician does something. Unfortunately, we have only Survivor to proc it, so I feel like it's almost always bad. Is it worse than Fléchettes, though? That's the real question. Fléchettes is pretty terrible. And Ruins Deathbinder. I have not heard of it. I have not heard of it, but I have seen a few deck builders who have taken the... what do I want to say? Have taken the Slay the Spire as a formula and have tried to just replicate that formula to an extreme degree. What was supposed to be like a, you know, like a loving like homage to this deck builder who got that got everything right has turned into something else. Tungsten Raw. No Tungsten Rod. I feel like we should have more relics than this. Prepared. Prepared seems pretty good. We're going to be getting some status cards in the deck eventually. Going into maybe Reptomancer, maybe looking ahead to the Time Meter as well as the Heart Fight, where we'll want something like a Prepared. Also helps us proc our Tactician, and it says plus. Oh, it's a physical card game. And it's been a long time since I played one of those. That's pretty cool. I'm kind of interested to see what that's about now. I haven't played a physical card game in a long time. I have the Binding of Isaac card game somewhere behind me that I also just never really got around to playing. But I am a proud owner. Okay. First, the catalyst blocks some damage. Call it a fight. I used to play, I've said this before, I used to play the World of Warcraft trading card game, as well as a, I played some Magic the Gathering back in the day too. Never seriously with the Magic the Gathering though, so I don't pretend to be someone who is actually good at Magic the Gathering, but I did play it. So do this. I got sloppy this turn. Looks like Spooky Ghost Form has found a home at the bottom of the deck. Do not agree with this strategy. Incense burner, no! Perfectly ruined. An incense burner story. Oh, remove a card. Yeah. Removing cards. I funded Edmund McMillan's next project. I said that I never played the Binding of Isaac trading card, or not trading card game, the Binding of Isaac card game, and it's behind me. Well, I also got his other card game that he just came out with, which is called Tapeworm. And I don't know, I just have a soft spot in my gaming heart for Edmund's projects. Spent so much time with the Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boy and all of those. The End is Nigh was like a recent one. Such a cool, quirky art style. It doesn't have poop? Of course it does. It's Ed. Of course. It looks like a pretty simple game. I think it was Ed himself that said you were supposed to be able to play it with like kids or something like that, so. Is it stab or skewer? I'm just seeing this perfect turn where we have prepared tactician skewer and it does something amazing. I'm also seeing that that probably doesn't happen in reality. Okay, I'm gonna say skewer has outlived its welcome. Art of War. So, if I can ever remember to not play attacks in a turn, we'll have extra energy on the next turn. Like this. They're hitting me so hard, though. Oh. Incense burner goes to 5. Good enough, I guess. We'll try to set that up later. Not too worried about it right now. Oh, a strike dummy. Or poisoned strike. Glass strike. Nice. I wonder if we go Event Elite or Campfire Elite. Campfire Elite's certainly much, much safer, but we have Incense Burner on turn 1 with 2 Wraith forms. Oh my. It's not what I meant. I mean, if there was ever a time, this has got to be it. Okay, I am thinking about our potions. I'm holding off for now. Okay. Now, ideally, we cycle around to the other spooky ghost form. I mean, that man is so dead already. I don't have to do anything. One block? You get 2 block. Hey, that was pretty good. Pick up a Tori, I guess. And chance at another copy of Deadly Poison. Not plus. Not plus. I think we'll skip. We don't even need to really get rid of this right now. Overblocked there. Oh well. Alright, as soon as we get the catalyst, we just did, the fight should be largely over. Oh. And then our incense burner will be on 5 at the end of this fight, which is, let's say, about perfect. Nice. Pick up a toy ornithopter and a copy of After Image Plus to help with our spooky ghost form nonsense. Yes, please. Footwork Plus? Oh my goodness. These are all the good powers. Nash. There's that acrobatics we really wanted. It's kind of a question of if we even want Footwork Plus, because we're trying to kill with Wraith form in most cases. It would help us a lot on the Time Eater fight as we try to like slowly build poison over time. So for that reason I like it, but I think we for sure want this though. It says plus. Oh, I love cards that say plus. to remove a card. I do wish we had more cards that just said block on them. We don't really have a lot, because I'd like to remove a defend at this point. I think we're just going to pass. Fairy in a bottle for a safety net? Yeah, but we have Ancient Potion. I always feel awkward about buying something like a fairy in a bottle. We could potentially take it over the explosive potion. That doesn't have much value for us right now. Nor will it for the rest of the run. Unless we fight the bird with arms to get through the other birds with arms. Okay, I'll let you convince me. Haha! Says 1. So small. Okay. 3 cards next turn is kind of awkward. Hey, thank you very much for continuing the gift subby, my friend. I guess I don't have an alert for that? I don't really understand how that works. But you have my thanks regardless. Red Rum Malik! There's a name I haven't seen in a few days. Alright, Baylor was continuing the gift sub from Red Rum Malik. We're gonna let 10 Thorns guide the way. Really thought we'd pull around to that worse piercing whale by now, but I guess we'll just use this one to remove the strength for next phase. Wait, did I mismath that? Oh. Thought we were free and clear. Okay, we'll go for our Burst Catalyst, I think, this turn. Seems good. Totally wasted this incense burner, though. Can we get there? No? Dang it. No, I saved it because of the thorns. Okay, good. Failing upwards. It's a FirstDane story. Okay. Successfully removed the artifact from Donu. Tori proc, we take 1. Nice. Look, the 10 damage back is admittedly doing more work than I thought it was going to do. It's pretty good. No! Supposed to be cards that say block. This. Okay. Like I've had the same bosses all night? Maybe. I honestly don't remember. Oh, maybe that was supposed to go there. Yeah, I was off by a small amount. Oh well. Tactician really has had some value, especially since we've added in the acrobatics. The acrobatics pickup was pretty huge. It's all garbage. We've way too many defense. Okay, we should slow down a little bit and try to get Incense Burner ticked up some. Uh-oh. It's not going to get nearly as high as I wanted it to. We want this on probably 4. Stupid thorns. It's the second time that's happened. At least. Okay. Charging forth with reckless abandon into Act 4. This one says plus. So choice between like a bouncing flask and a noxious fumes, as well as a poison potion. The nice thing about Noxious Fumes is once we draw it and play it, we don't have to draw it again. The reason to take something like Bouncing Flask going into the hard fight would be for artifact remove, so we can Piercing Wail the second multi-attack if we need to. We do have Tori for that multi-attack, but it would be a reason to take it. Love it. Yeah, Apotheosis doesn't even do that much for us, right? It's hitting like acrobatics. It hits burst, it hits catalyst. That's relevant, but we're going to go for poison stacking instead. I think we've got a lot of turns to deal significant damage. Yikes. Piercing Whale? No. Really hoping to get that, next copy of Wraithform. It's going to be a nice comfort blanket for me, because right now this run's got some spook associated with it. Like 2 turns? Only 1 card that we're not going to draw, assuming we're able to play down our hand. So you die. We're going to try to set Incense Burner on 3 or 4. So we do want this down. Okay, we have acrobatics here, but still, that looked a little spicy. Okay. Pretty good. So we've got the incense burner on 4. That'll work for us. Got no other relics to set up or anything like that, so we are good to go. A whetstone and another copy of Catalyst or Leg Sweep. Yes to both. The Catalyst. Okay. So we are intangible next turn. And we can choose to take an Art of War proc into next turn or drop the Glass Knife. And we'll probably hang on to neutralize for the 3rd turn since we won't be intangible. I am looking at our potions. We do have Toy Ornithopters, so I guess we're free to use the Dex Potion. And what we could do is we could hang on to this Ancient Potion for a turn of the... let's say... We could play a Wraith form for free. And without losing any dexterity. Or we could play it now to dodge the Vulnerable. But we're only dodging the Vulnerable for 1 turn, and we have Tori. So ideally, next turn is the big attack, which we block, and then we only ever take 15 damage from Tori on the next turn. And we have weakness anyway. Yeah, we'll just hang on to this stuff. I don't mind using the Dex Potion now, I guess. There's no reason to hang on to it. Big attack? Ooh, small attack. And we drew the Piercing Wail for next turn. Nice. Okay. No Caltrops, unfortunately. Oh, excuse me. I misspoke. Oh, man, sometimes. So we could choose to take 15 now and save our Piercing Wails forever. Probably correct. So maybe we'll end up hanging on to neutralize for artifact removal, so we can do 1 turn of Noxious Fumes and then neutralize as well for artifact removal next turn. And we're still covered by the Tori, so we could choose to take this damage as well. Yeah, we're for sure using this Blessing of the Forge here. There's pretty much nothing else that we care about upgrading. We were waiting for Burst and Catalyst to line up. The fact that Leg Sweep here is here is a nice bonus. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that should pretty much be the fight. 14-17. Get him, Thorns. Combo? Wait. Combo. GG. Woo! That one worked out. Nice, quick, hard fight. Good job, Incense Burner. We only ended up needing one of those copies of... Oops, gotta let the fairy go. Be free, fairy. I mean, we got rid of an explosive potion for the fairy in bottle, so... There's no tears here. We were certainly well covered in terms of defense, though. Yeah, the Dolly's Mirror on Wraith form had quite a lot of good use for us up until the Heart fight, where it ended up being overkill. The Act 4 elites, we did use it. We were able to use a Wraith form on like turn 2 and still come out ahead on that fight. Loved it. Oh, we boss swapped and got this guy. Fusion Hammer. Look at how many cards we have upgraded, considering we have Fusion Hammer. It's a really good run. You love to see it. Burst, Catalyst, and 2 copies of Noxious Fumes Plus. Special mention to our Frozen Egg for upgrading all of our powers. And Astrolabe for some fun Caltrops nonsense. Pretty cool.